So today we will talk about particle in a ring. So in this problem the particle is constant to move in a circular path of constant radius r and the potential is given by this. So the potential in this region and also outside the region is always infinity. So V is equals to infinity in this region. Only along this one dimensional blue path the potential is zero and only this region are accessible for the movement of the particle and all these yellow regions are formidable for any kind of motion. One may think that the motion is in two dimension and one have to solve two-dimensional Schrodinger equation to get the wave function and the energy. But the situation is bit tricky here. Although the particle moves in a two dimension, but its motion is in compactified one dimension. So one can use one dimensional Schrodinger equation to solve the wave function and the energy. The particle is confined at a particular radius r equals to capital R. So the wave function which should have a dependence on r and theta now only depends on theta only, and as a result the Schrodinger equation which should look like this becomes minus h cut square over twice m 1 upon r square del 2 psi of theta del theta 2 equals to e psi theta. So as you can see, our original Schrodinger equation which was initially two dimensional becomes one dimensional. Here the small r should be capital R as this particle is confined to small r equals to capital R. So let us now solve this Schrodinger equation. So this will be del 2 psi theta del theta 2. This will be minus twice m e by h cut square into r square psi theta. As this psi is only a function of theta, so we can write this partial derivative as total derivative, and this becomes minus twice m e r square over h cut square psi of theta. As we know, energy should be greater than minima of the potential, which is here 0. So our energy is always positive in this case. R square is positive, so this quantity should as a whole be a square positive quantity, and we can take it as capital small k square. So let us solve this. So this should be d2 psi d theta 2 plus k square psi theta equals to 0, which had a solution psi theta equals to a e to the power plus minus ik theta. So this is the wave function for particle in a ring. Let us normalize it. So the normalization condition should be integration theta equals to 0 to 2 pi psi star theta psi theta d theta equals to 1. That implies mod a square integration 0 to 2 pi e to the power plus minus ik theta e to the power minus plus ik theta d theta equals to 1. That implies mod a square 0 to 2 pi d theta equals to 1. That implies mod a square into 2 pi equals to 1. That simply implies mod a equals to 1 upon square root 2 pi. So our final wave function that should be psi theta equals to 1 upon square root 2 pi e to the power plus or minus ik theta, where k square is this thing. Now this k is not arbitrary, that can be fixed by boundary condition. The boundary condition will be, the boundary condition, this should be you know from the symmetry of the problem, this should be psi theta plus 2 pi should equal to psi theta. That implies a e to the power plus minus ik theta plus 2 pi should be equal to e to the power plus minus ik theta. That implies e to the power plus minus ik 2 pi, that should be 1, or this implies, so that should implies k 2 pi should be twice n pi, where n is integer, or this implies k equals to n. Now as you can see, this expression connects k with energy E. So this expression will help us to find the energy E. So E should be k square h cut square over twice m r square. So let us put this k to be n. So this will be n square h cut square by twice m r square. So this is the expression for energy. So put here n. So this will designate the energy of the nth state. So that is all for today, and thanks for watching the video.